Yep. Man, a hard one to maintain control of. So this new layout I'm doing came requested by some of my watchers from the previous stream. They were asking if they could see what the flight controls that I'm using look like. So, see how it goes today, but what people like to see, I can maintain it. And if it's something people want to see changed, I can change it, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to maintain as best I can. If the stream's looking blurry, let me know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just like the R22 in real life, and it's also very hard to control. If the stream looks blurry, let me know. I can adjust some settings, but I'm just experimenting with a few different things right now. You can see it's very microscopic pressure on the controls. Trying to pull up on the collective here. That helps it rise, but then you got to adjust your pedal, counteract the RPMs. Just trying to keep it great level pendulum effect. Go. Looking at the tree, it's in the distance, trying to stay level with that. All right. Oh, that's a good question, Verd. So, I do have a VR headset. I'm not currently using it, but what I'm using right now is the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. And it basically tracks my head movement. So I'm looking left, looking right. And that actually allows me to have natural head movements, but also not sacrifice quality for recording. So it's kind of a good for both worlds using the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, but I do have a VR headset, which is nice because it does add a level of depth that's really important. But for now, I haven't been using it too much lately because if I did have that on, I couldn't see comments or anything like that. And I wouldn't be able to record at the higher quality settings. By the way, is the stream looking smooth to you? I have about looks like a 5-second delay from what I'm seeing on my second monitor. But I'm not sure. Could be the software. Ah, awesome. Thank you for checking for me, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is what I like to do. Once a week, I get in here and I practice, and I have too far to the left or right there. Sorry about that. But I get into my flight manuals and try to do practice as much as I can in the sim. So when I do it in real life, it's a little bit better. Then I'll record nicer videos when I can too. I think I'm gonna go do a little fly up to one of the cool volcanoes they have up here. I'm in Indonesia right now. One of the islands of Indonesia. Curious. Thank you. I can increase my altitude here and start getting up in the clouds. Yeah, helicopters, man, they're really cool because they're just... everything has multiple reactions and inputs to it. So whenever I pull up on the collective here, that collectively pitches the blades and lifts the helicopter up. But at the same time, to maintain the RPMs I need, the engine needs to push more power. So that creates more torque, which means I got to adjust my pedals. So that way I'm counteracting the torque. And it's constant movements with the cyclic here. So it's a constant balance of power management and movements, which tickles my tism in all the right ways. But hovering is the hardest thing to do. Like in forward flight like this, okay, so power management. Right now I have low RPMs. If I don't get back in the green, I'm gonna start falling out of the sky. Nope. So I had to push down on the collective, reduce the pitch on the blades so they could spin faster. Oh, good question. Appreciate it. So right now I'm flying the Robinson R-22, which is the most common training helicopter in North America, primarily because of its cost. Last I was in one, it costs about $250 per flight hour to fly, maintain, and operate the aircraft. So, so this is the one I've been training in. This is the one I'm going to continue to train in unless the flight school I go to when I retire is they switch it up. The other popular one, particularly in Europe, it's more expensive, but arguably safer would be the Cabri G2, which is also in the simulator. Man, the dream helicopter for me to fly would be the HH-60 Blackhawk, though. They do have some in Idaho in the fire department. Some search and rescue operations. It's a dream of mine to fly one of those one day. Amazing aircraft. Typically, I'm probably going to start with the R-22. Then I'm going to go to the R-44. Then once I get my enough hours and I start getting to the turbine helicopters, it'll probably be the H-135, which is really common single turbine helicopter I have in my Yellowstone video if you're curious. Maybe a Huey. That would be pretty cool to fly a piece of history like that. I mean, there's a lot I want to fly, but the dream would be the Black Hawk helicopter one day. But gotta start small. This little R-22, man, it's light and nimble. It doesn't have a lot of power, so it really forces you to learn the fundamentals. But to kind of give you another little crash course here, things I'm looking at. So on that top right gauge, that is my rotor and engine RPMs. Noise? What do you mean? Is it the music or the helicopter itself? You don't like the noise? Oh, oh, yeah. I sorry, I just read. Yeah, I got what you're saying now. That's funny. Yeah, my bad on that one. That's funny. Yeah, so things I'm kind of looking at right here. Top right gauge. That's my engine and rotor RPMs. You want to keep both those needles in the green. Keeps me in the sky. It's probably the most important thing. Then I have my airspeed indicator right there to the left. Typically, I want to keep that speed somewhere between 60 to 80 knots. That's kind of the most efficient speed to be at, and by efficient, it allows better rate of climb and everything else. You have my vertical speed indicator to the very far left. That tells me if I'm going up or down, and the rate of climb. Got my timer on there, my oil pressure manifold. They're just trying to keep everything all in the green while you're looking at it all. Power management. But the goal is I'm going to try to climb as efficiently as I can because I want to get over that mountain peak right there, and that should put us right into a really cool lake volcano. We're about 4,000 feet. I don't know if this is gonna have enough juice to get us up there, but we'll try. Climb fast enough to make it up. Veer to the right here a little bit and see if I can gain some altitude. Yeah. Yeah. The R22 is very unforgiving, so if I don't climb up at the right rate of climb, then I'm basically gonna just slam right into the mountain. But after I succeed or fail at this, I could show you the other aircraft. Okay, now we're starting to get... So used to more powerful aircraft where I can just slam my way up there. Oh, I'm getting there. Starting to get into the clouds. Almost there. Might be able to start veering left. What do you think? Should we risk it? YOLO, as you say? And get high enough to clear it. Fair enough. In training. Keyword. But yeah, we're gonna risk it. I would love to see a mod for Microsoft Flight Sim that just had like zombies or something. Because it's such a massive, detailed game. It would just be really cool to see like gameplay mechanic loops or something like that. City evacuation or something. Not enough juice there. It is. I'll switch it up to a helicopter that's got more juice. Got a little bird in here too. Huey's pretty fun. Not super familiar with the Huey. And they do got the MH60 here too. But let's try the H60. Okay, start by removing all the covers. There are quite a few. Alright, you'll have to give me a moment on this one because it's been a while since I started up. Out here. Okay, aircraft. Checklist. Oh, take the chocks off. Not the chocks off. Yep, chocks are off. Okay. Battery switch on. On. Yeah, the startup process for this thing is like legit 30 steps. The 135 is a lot simpler, but this is fun. I'll show you the. I'll just do the 135 because that's what I'm from. One day I'll get comfortable with that one. Oh, sorry, I kept saying 135. I meant 125. Alright, so the 125, a lot easier. Blade socks off. cover's removed. Cover removed. Static port cover. Alright, startup procedure for this is way easy. So, got your battery on. Running into the system. Anti-collision lights, so everyone knows up. On. Motor brake off. Starts. On. Closed. In. So, just checking our engine oil pressure. Our RPMs are starting to rise. Alright, now that we got blade spinning, go ahead and turn the generator on. Fuel pump off. Heat. That way, use that. Active. Just a flight. Rising. Good. All right. Green, green, green. Reflective. Light on the skids. Pedal. Pedal. Go check out that volcano. This is a lot more power too, so it'll be much faster. Knots. Lift. The cool thing about this helicopter is this one's actually one of the most common used ones in North America for search and rescue, medical transport. It's a single turbine engine helicopter, single pilot, so it's cheaper to run and operate, but it still has the power needed to get in and out for most situations. This is realistically one of the ones I would be flying towards the end of my career, especially when I get into EMS. Really cool. And as you can see, compared to the MH60, it's a lot easier to turn on. Way easier. If you guys like the music, don't like the music in the background, let me know. I can always turn it off or keep it or change it. It's just one of those things that was suggested to me to have by during my last stream. So, like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting right now with the different layouts and setups. So, constructive criticism or feedback's always welcome. Not really married to any one idea, just trying different things out and having fun while doing it. I, for one, would like to play my Spotify music, but copyright be a bad time. Okay. Appreciate the feedback. If there's anywhere else in the world you want to check out, I can go fly there, from different military bases to really anywhere Google Maps has access to. Yellowstone came out pretty good. Oh, correction. The Great Wall of China isn't in here for some reason. Guess China wasn't too cool with that, so found that out last stream. Now we're climbing. Now you can look that vertical speed all the way up in the 10. The altimeter is just climbing. You'll probably see some IFR once we get up in the clouds. IFR means instrument flight rating. So basically you're flying blind. Like, as you'll see when I get into this cloud, can't see. So an actual rating I'll have to get as I'm going through flight school, and it's a requirement for medical pilots. Well, most pilots. So VFR is visual, IFR is instrument. As you'll see when you kind of getting up in the clouds, you can't see what's in front of you. So you're 100% relying on your GPS and instruments, which you're not trained for. You'll get disorientated, and that's not fun when flying. You can kind of see. Right now I still got visual, but you know, bad weather, hurricanes. I have no idea how fast I'm going, how high I'm going, anything. So I have to really kind of look at my gauges here and make sure, okay, am I going fast enough? Am I level? Am I climbing? Am I at the right altitude? Because, you know, when flying in the mountains, if I'm not at the right altitude, I'm just going to slam to the side of a mountain. So even though I'm just kind of like in a simulation right now, it can still throw me off without having any visual cues. So it's good training, actually, to get comfortable with just relying on your instruments. So basically flying like this, so when you get tested on it too, that's basically what you're doing. You wear like fog, a fog visor, and you're just basically flying a whole route just by looking at your gauges, which I can imagine how trippy that could feel. Yeah, now we're in the clouds. Right on track. One thing with this game I really like is I can actually set up the weather to different conditions. So if I want to practice like what's it like flying in heavy winds or rain or anything, I can simulate it. Hopefully once we get through clouds, should be, want to get right over that mountain peak right there. Still climbing. Can realistically go like 120 knots. Course, with some add-ons like I have can really see some or it's a little hard to control the helicopter and stuff. For anyone, for everyone who's watching this, if there's any other location you want to see or something that's interesting to you or questions you have, feel free to comment in there in the little chat, and definitely try flying different airframes or checking out different locations. Let's go back to practicing hover flight in the R-22 and crash a lot. All good to me. And here's the volcano. Yeah, the explosive mountain. It's just kind of cool how there's like basically a lake up here, top of the mountain like this. And I don't know if there's one up here in real life, but apparently there's just a boat up here. Hours. Someone boating in the Lake of Doom. Yeah. I have to find out if there's actually a boat up there in real life, or is that just something like with the sim, like an issue with itself. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a research boat up there or something, but at the same time, it's like, where the hell did you get that up there? I mean, I guess they could have flown one up there, dropped it off in a helicopter, but it's so random. There's actually a national park, and what we're flying down is one of the main hiking trails to get up there. But I don't see any other way they could transport a boat unless it's by air. Oh, you know what would be kind of fun? Flying the Little Bird in like New York City. Maybe we just bob and weave through the mountain or through the buildings. I haven't got a chance to fly that one yet. Do it. I'm going to cheat a little bit though and put on some. Start off at the Statue of Liberty. Archer. This. Alright. First time flying this, so we'll see how this handles. Collective. Dang, this thing can go fast. Those of you just joining us, I've been just kind of doing a lot of flying around. Flew around for the island for a bit on the H125 and the Robinson R22. Now we're just trying to fly in the Little Bird, flying through New York City a little bit. If you like this layout and format with the two screens, let me know. Just kind of experimenting with a bunch of different stuff right now. On my previous stream, it was recommended I have one camera showing the flight controls, and then the other one showing the game screen, and then suggestions for music in the background. So, trying it out. If there's any other locations you want to see or helicopters you want me to try to fly, let me know. Now I'm just kind of cruising around, just having some fun. I'm currently flying in the little bird. I believe it's 500. The Hughes 500. Pretty fun. It's really agile. Really agile helicopter. Yeah, it's a pretty cool aircraft. I see why the Special Forces use it. 160th SOAR uses it. They're talking about making a more economical civilian variant too for a lot of different applications. Just fun flying around this. try something crazy. Oh. That was fun. Yeah, it can be fun. I'll just say when you wear the VR headset, it gets kind of more. It's more crazy, but you can also get motion sickness. Oh, that was way too rough of a landing. Hmm. Let's see. Do some actual missions. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't flying under the bridge or the nosedive. It was the going backwards when trying to land. Tail boom must have hit the ground and shredded or something. Ah, man. Oh, is there anything you guys want to see? Otherwise, I can hop over and do some career missions. Do some oil rig cargo transport. That's kind of cool because you use a long line to actually sling cargo around. Excuse me. Okay. I'll set up an oil rig mission. So you see right here, it actually will say VFR on the time frame, or right below the times. I'll tell you like visual flight only. So Yeah, that means basically you're able to get visual reference on everything you see. So, no flying through clouds, we can see everything. So it's pre-flight. Cover engine, cover. These flights I'm actually graded on, so I gotta make sure I'm doing all the steps. Old H125. I got a camera where I can see my hoist hook below because the mirrors they provide actually don't work, unfortunately. So I kind of cheat a little bit with the hook camera, but you know, it's like a backup camera, right? Not that much of a cheat. So battery on. Fuel pump on. Off. Engine start switch on. Starting to move. Actually not going to contact. Spinning. On. Fuel pump off. On. Now we're going to contact the grid.
Engine started, preparing for takeoff. Please be ready. Copy that. We're getting in position.
Glad to be your co-pilot today. Hope you'll feel the same after this dispatch. Rosa, are you here? Could you recap the main details for today?
Potato, Nest 6, clear for immediate takeoff to the boat construction shipment is ready to be delivered to the rig. Fly safe. Over.
Takeoff. Green, green. Pulling up on the collective. Kids. Yeah. I wish they had some actual voice acting instead of like the whole AI voice acting, but it's still pretty cool. Fizzing up.
Hammer 6, Potato, leaving Steelhead helideck with 2 packs. Approaching the pickup zone in 30 seconds.
Potato, this is Hammer 6, understood. 30 seconds up. Winds 8 knots. 2 packs on board. No refueling required.
This might be something, if I don't do EMS, I'd probably want to do in real life. Maybe not necessarily on the oil rigs, but in northern Idaho, there's a lot of long line cargo stuff like this. It just looks fun. It's like the claw game on steroids. Alright, so there's our cargo right there on that helideck. Nice hover, about 30 to 50 feet above it. The ground crew can hook up our cargo line. Yeah, steroids and higher risk, that's that is true. Thing that sucks is, like, you know, two things I'll save you. Oh yeah, the pay, that's, you know, that's when you're starting to make 110,000, you know, plus bonuses. Yeah, it's worth it, but like the two main things that can save you when things go wrong is speed and altitude.
Hammer 6, Potato.
So when you're low and slow, you don't have a lot of options. So things go wrong in a helicopter, there's actually a lot of opportunities where you can correct it if you're doing the right speed and altitude. Yeah, I hear that. I don't think I stream enough to do a dedicated Twitch. Well, this is my second stream ever, and to be frank, I don't know if I'm gonna keep with it or not. It's fun, so I'll keep doing it, but I'm used to just doing more like production value videos and just not really advertising training. Well, just recording it and producing like that. If I get quiet, that's just because I'm trying to focus, because I'm not trying to hit the ship while lining up my... Cool thing I like about this is that you guys can actually see all my micro movements. Flight control. There's a lot of micro movements while hovering. Can't really see it, but I'm kind of fighting the wind a little bit too. Come on. Not that bad. Get in there. Whack the NPC with the rope. We'll whack him with the rope. Okay. Alright.
Hammer 6, Potato. We're leaving with 2 packs. Heading to deposit zone. Steelhead. Load 1,543 pounds. Potato. Hammer 6, understood. Safe flight back.
Yep, and he's dead. Sorry, NPC. Of course, it feels way different too when you have a load on it. See, the mirrors don't work, which airspeed a little bit. Reflective.
In position. Clearance to proceed with offload. Green deck. Permission to engage offload ops.
Okay. Now this is gonna be a challenge. Can't actually hit. Try not to hit the car right in front of me. Gonna One part of depth perception, right? How close am I to the deck? Pretty high up. Shadow. That was bad.
Net unstowed. Load secure.
Oof, that was rough. Probably gonna get dinged for that one. Definitely a lot of respect to the people in real life. It's crazy.
The tanker crew is heading out and sends their compliments for this efficient operation. Drop by when you're available, and we'll go over your stats and impressive performance together.
I don't know about impressive performance, but I almost killed like 2 NPCs on that one. Down. Off. Off 8. Off. Generator off. And then the one thing it definitely would not do in real life, but apply this rotor brake with RPMs as high as they are. Yeah, but you know, Precision. Always trying to get a little better every time. Rotor brake. Off. Wait to see the score. Solid D. Oh, higher. Oh, okay. That was a little bit surprising, but I'll take it. Yeah, got that A. Look at that employer commission, though. I mean, to be fair, they own the aircraft, so... Reputation boost. Leveled up. It's kind of cool because once I get enough money, I can actually open up my own company and do my own, like, buy my own helicopters and do my own, like, actual stuff, which would be gonna be a pretty cool goal one of these days. Like search and rescue, medevac, all that. Agriculture. That'd be kind of cool too. Have all your certifications over too. I do need to finish that airline transport license. That'll allow me to carry, fly bigger helicopters like that will technically require multiple pilots. So, one day. Let's save and do one more mission, and then I'll probably call it today. Do a search and rescue. Banded climber. Try banded climber. Daniel's missing somewhere in the mountains. So, okay, all everything's starting up. So we're gonna take off here, follow the flight path, and we get to that red. We're gonna see if we can locate Daniel, and then if we can't land, it'll be a hoist pickup. But if we can land, and we're just gonna pick him up, fly back. For some reason, it's not letting me zoom in and out on the map like it will adapt. On. Off. Light. Horn. Ground team.
Ground Tech P-Tato, ready to depart. P-Tato Ground Tech, roger that.
Thanks for speeding things up. As you know, we have a situation here. Here's a quick recap. We've got a missing person in the mountainous region of Matansuka-Sustina Borough. His name's Daniel. He decided to go rock climbing earlier today and has not came back. We'll do our best to get you more intel while you're out there. I'll radio regularly to check in. I'll stand by on the radio while you're exploring the mountain range.
I didn't even take off, but it's already demeriting me for that. Alright, whatever. What happens when you're on a small runway like this. Alright, pulling up on the collective. Gets. Settle. Right, left. Didn't really give me the opportunity. It's kind of the drawback with these Microsoft missions they make. Sometimes they're kind of glitchy.
P-Tato Ground Tech, every second counts. The sooner you get on site, the better. In the mountains, the weather can change rapidly and people can easily suffer from hypothermia.
Alright, try to get up there as fast as I can. Gonna get to 2,700 feet.
Your map should display your assigned search area. Check it regularly. Still no update. Hope you'll bring him home quickly. Let's keep pushing forward. People are counting on us today.
Crosswind. For those of you just joining us, we're doing a mission right now in Microsoft Flight Simulator to find a injured hiker. Daniel went out rock climbing this morning, hasn't come back. Just kind of took off from a rural airport. Heading over to our search location right now to see if we can find him.
I hope things are going well. You should be able to spot anything out of the ordinary from up there. We have to find him fast. Everyone here is stressed out, and we don't want anyone deciding to conduct a search on their own.
Enough. I pick up speed. Pick up our speed. Wind up here's a joke. Yeah, I really. So there's two trains of thought with the sim community. There's Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. The debate is that X-Plane has better flight models, like more realistic, which is obviously important, especially when you're just training or you want like it to feel as real as possible. But I think as far as visuals go, Microsoft hands down is the king at this. I could be wrong, but I think what they did was they took basically Google Maps, like the whole, like everything, Google Maps, and basically they used their AI kind of generator thing to make it make the environment. So some things are just clearly wrong or silly, but they did go in and, like, for example, Yellowstone, and they did like hand improvements on there, not just AI.
Daniel doesn't know the site well, but we think he might have managed to take shelter somewhere.
So it's cool, like flying in a one-for-one scale world, basically. Which that's why, like, sometimes if I'm just bored, I can turn off my fuel, like, so I'll have unlimited fuel, and I can just go fly in an environment for literally hours until I get bored or uncomfortable, really, and just see the sights. And depending on where you're looking at, like Alaska, some places in the Netherlands, Yellowstone, like the scenery is really just beautiful, and you could just explore it. It's a lot of fun. Missions are cool because they kind of make you practice certain things, procedures. You know, it's the game mechanics, which is nice, but sometimes it's just fun to legit just go explore or mess around, like kind of like how we were doing earlier flight in the shoot, what was it called? I'm brain farting right now. The 500, Little Bird, and just messing around in New York City. That was a blast. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So it's typically what I try to do is I might try to stream once a week because this is fun and it's actually fun engaging with people who are watching. But I try to film. either a lesson, because I'm reverse engineering the lessons I'm learning in my helicopter online ground school and what I'm reading in my books as a student pilot, taking what I know as an instructor. I'm trying to learn how to teach it and get good at teaching it. That's just going to benefit me when I retire and go do it full time. If I'm not doing that, then I'm doing just scenic flights around cool areas around the world, places people suggest, or missions. Like I've got a add-on called Miltech Sim Mission Hub, and it actually lets me create my own missions from scratch, which is pretty cool. That's what I did my Yellowstone video on. I'm trying to do that. Trying to find that balance between
Watch yourself when you get to the zone. Conditions can be treacherous.
making content that actually helps me train in earnest to be a better pilot, but is also entertaining and fun visually to see. So I'm still kind of, I have a ton of videos, but I'm still figuring it out, of course. So it's an ongoing process, but it's fun. Keeps me busy, that's for sure. Like even just setting this up, going from figuring out how to set up OBS to stream, and then viewers wanting to like see my flight controls, so figuring out how to set up a second camera so you guys can see it, but also not like clutter the main visual, which is the flying. So it's all iterative, but it's fun. Definitely learning a lot of different skill sets, especially video editing and DaVinci Resolve. That's been a constant learning process, but like I said, it keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble. It's fun. Okay, so we're going to be starting to get into the search zone here soon, so I'm going to start lowering altitude. We're going to be looking for an NPC kind of character here. And sometimes they have smoke, sometimes they don't. So we're just going to kind of have to see here. But
Search starts here. Up to you now.
lower altitude and reduce speed. About a 5 to 10 second delay between the stream and what I'm doing. So you see him before I do, please shout it out in the chat. I'll double back. Try not to crash into a mountain in the process.
When we lost track of his, it was located over here. His backpacks are orange. That might help you.
Okay, orange backpacks. Oh, there he is. Sweet.
Everything okay? Did you key this frequency by mistake? Radio if you need me. Twice now. These false alarms are tough on relatives in our team.
Not a false alarm.
Tell me when you found him, please. Like I said before.
That's what I'm talking about. The glitches. Like I see him right there. Well, maybe I'm just too high up. Like a little cabin or something. Okay, so this will be interesting. He's obviously on a slope. That's going to make things challenging. Doesn't look so steep that my rotor blades will hit the side of the mountain.
Found him. You have reached a safe spot. Coordinates 62 north, 152 west.
Positive ID on the target. Prepare for extraction.
Okay, I should be able to land in front of him.
Contact Potato. Preparing to land.
Pressure down on the collective. Trying to keep it level. Awesome. Once I touch down, go all the way down on the skids. Kind of
Potato.
push up on the cyclic. My
Moving to helicopter. Ready to
tail
depart
this
when
up
you
pretty good.
are.
So just kind of, I'm not fully down on the skids. I'm like, the front of the skids are on the mountain, but the back part of my skids aren't. I'm putting constant forward pressure up on the cyclic. A little tricky. Okay, there. All right, we're good.
Welcome aboard. I'm Lena, and I'll be taking care of you until we reach Matansuka-Sustina Borough. I'm here to help you have a comfortable flight.
Yeah, no, right? I'm not saying natural selection or anything, but definitely did not seem like he dressed up for high altitude mountain climbing. At least he wore all red and had a signal flare. Tell you what, this game makes me want to carry a signal flare with me whenever I go hiking or camping, just because it makes a huge difference in spotting things from high up. Alright, heading back to base. The mountains. Like you were saying earlier, Bird, it's just
While we're underway, I'll check your vital signs to make sure there are no issues.
it's just a game that's awesome to look at, mess around in. Sometimes it's fun just to kind of hop in here and mess with the various checklists. And just alright, it looks like I'm. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it's fun, like when I'm messing with the R22 and just practicing. I got an actual operator handbook, so it's fun just kind of looking at the limitations, checking that out, and practicing emergency procedures, checklists, everything I kind of need to know for the actual test. Or when I get, and this is what I was kind of doing on some of my aerodynamic instructional videos. Yeah, I'm required to read this. This is an important book I have to read and I get tested on. So reading the helicopter flying handbook. And just when I'm not understanding, especially the aerodynamics stuff, it can get kind of confusing. Like, what does it actually mean, you know, and actually getting in here and practicing it and seeing what it looks like and all that. So it's definitely a useful tool if you do take it. The flight sim's definitely a useful tool if you take it seriously, which I try to, but it's also fun just to have fun, you know.
Do you always fly with the same crew? It depends on the mission and the urgency. In general, rescues partner with the same team of pilots who swap in and out according to their schedules and current conditions.
Yeah, that's looking at being an EMS pilot or search and rescue, and even some of like the long line pilots I was showing you, like with oil rig stuff where you're moving cargo around. Their typical work schedule is it varies, but the routine one I see is 7 on, 7 off. So 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but then 7 days off. So it's pretty, I don't know, I think it's kind of a good work schedule, personally, to me, but some of them do 14 on, 14 off too. It just kind of depends, but typically it's 12 hours a day for shift time.
Let's clean and patch that cut you got here. It's not that deep. I barely felt it. But even still, thanks a lot. That was quick. Just a scratch.
No, I don't think it is. It's just getting to that I mean, you know, I'm used to working worse schedules, so it's just kind of getting to that point though. That's the real grind. To get to those jobs, you need about 1,500 to 2,000 hours of flight time in, and typically, from what I've been reading, it takes about 4 to 5 years of earnest getting after it kind of work to get to that many hours. So it's just fair, but you gotta kind of do traveling where the work is. So that'll be kind of the harder thing with the family a little bit is, you know, I gotta move, or at least I'll treat it like I would a deployment, you know. Hey, I gotta go somewhere for 6 months to get my hours and train, work, but I'll be back after. But that'll be kind of the benefit with having my pension when I retire. I can be a little bit more choosy about the jobs I take and how long I'm gone for. So I won't be like a 19-year-old who has a ton of debt and has to take whatever they can get. I'll be 38 and have a little bit a better established, a little bit better established. Here.
I've always been fascinated by helicopters. Definitely requires an expert to pilot them. They're saving lives above all. Without them, we lose precious minutes. So impressive. We are lucky today. Even flying now terrifies me, honestly.
But yeah, that's the goal. Retire. Go to flight school. That'll be about 2 years, about 18 months-ish. I'm a flight instructor, teach for a year and a half, and then whatever left I need in the hours, travel as needed, and then settle into either EMS or construction, or a mix of the both, I guess, depending on what the work's like, availability in Idaho. That's where I want to retire at, it's Idaho. And just do stuff like this in real life. I don't think I could ask for a better gig, honestly. But I'm biased.
Six Alpha Kilo traffic. Potato Mike Romeo Echo 6014 Heavy. 5 miles north. 5900 inbound to land. Runway 12. 6 Alpha Kilo.
Okay, so now that we're getting into our final approach here, or I should say pattern, final approach is when we actually turn in. Start lowering. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Had a lot of time to think about it. But you know, you always have a plan and then life throws curveballs, so you just kind of gotta do what you can and roll with it, and hopefully the hard work pays off. Alright, so I'm going to start lowering collective here. I need to start reducing altitude and speed, because this is a dirt patch of a runway. Should there. Worst case scenario, it will demerit me and I'll do a go around. But I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Normally I could zoom in and see, but we're just going straight up visuals here, looking for a truck in a dirt runway. There it is. That has to be it. There's the truck, there's the runway.
Six Alpha Kilo traffic. Potato Mike Romeo Echo 6014 Heavy is on final. Runway 12 to land 6 Alpha Kilo.
This is where the smaller runway is going to kind of make it a problem for us. I know you guys are going to want me to get by the truck. Give me... That wasn't the soft slanding, but...
Amazing job out there. You really made a difference for these climbers and their families. So touching.
Alright. Which... There we go. See what the score is. Okay. I accept. That radio communication mistake was kind of BS. Nice. Leveling up. Okay, well, I'm gonna call it. I think that was a good couple hours stream. I know, yeah, I got all the way up to S, man. Yes, S is the best. That's what we shoot for. Close perfection or close to it every time. Thank you so much for everyone watching the stream. I do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this format. Like I said, if you want to see something different, let me know. This is my second stream, so just kind of experimenting, having fun. Feel free to watch the other videos on my channel. Subscribe. You'll see multiple other videos get posted. I try to post up weekly or every other week at least. So anyways, thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed it and have a good one. Till next time. Take care.